Hello, and welcome to another episode of Your and My Favorite Podcast, the Help on the Way podcast. You can tell, judging by the tone of my voice, that Game is on assignment and/or has a 19th century illness. This is Fig speaking, your host, where we will be presenting September 27th from 1980. That's right, this is one of the famous shows from the famous Warfield theater run that gave us both the Reckoning and Dead Set albums, and it's just phenomenal music. I can't wait to talk to my good friend Knob about it. Knob is back from.
Hello. I was
Knob, what was your 19th century illness?
I was on Goose tour. I was following Goose around because of my well-documented love of the band Goose. I loved those songs that they played, which I could name off the top of my head because I'm such a huge Goose fan.
Did you actually see Goose?
No. No.
Oh, so your 19th century affliction is having to see Goose.
Yeah, and that I would get sent to a sea for the summer after watching Goose.
You would get sent to where?
To the seaside. You know, they used to send people to the seaside to get over their illnesses.
To the sanitariums or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I get it. Jokes are funny. I get jokes.
Thank you. Thank you. We're all having a fun time on this episode of the Help on the Way podcast. You, me, and the listener.
Yes. Not Game, though.
No. Game is having a really serious bout of also seeing Goose on tour.
I believe he was going down the road feeling bad
nice.
On a little
Very
family
nice.
vacation.
Yes,
okay.
That is true.
No, Game is okay, and he sends his regards to the viewers. I don't think he listened to the show, but it was a good one. Before we dip into 927...
Game wrote a 3-page letter that he wants us to read to you, the viewers, but we've decided to spare you.
He does send his regards, though.
Yes.
So, but you are seeing Billy Strings, right?
I'm hoping. I'm trying to see Billy Halloween. They just announced that it's going to be wrestling themed, which I will absolutely need your friend and mine's games knowledge to fully appreciate. But I haven't gotten the chance to see Billy this year, and I want to go see Billy.
Yeah, do it, man. Do it. How you get? But it's in some place in Michigan, right?
Yes, Grand Rapids, Michigan. That's why it's I hope, because I have not finalized getting to and from Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Okay. Yeah, a little less feasible. Hope you see it. Should be fun. Lots of costumes, especially, if it's anything like Otis. I really like this kind of shipping between jam band community and the WWE, I guess, community, whatever it's called now. I have no idea. Because Otis came out in, was it a Macho Man outfit?
Yes, Macho Man costume. I don't know. Game could probably tell you if there was a smarter reason.
Game could probably tell us the exact time. I was
trying to the exact look it up if it was like the area was related to Macho Man, and that didn't seem to come up through my Google searches. I was like, is the date important to Macho Man? Nothing really came up on my Google searches, but I'm sure Game's going to listen to this episode and he's going to be yelling, it's because they were in Columbus, Ohio. As we all know, Columbus, Ohio is where Macho Man in 1994, etc., etc. He's going to get mad at me because Macho Man wasn't around in 94.
Yes, he was.
I'm just having fun doing jokes. I have no idea. I haven't mentioned this on the podcast before, but I was born in 1999.
I know what happened to Otis, how that whole getup happened. He snapped into a Slim Jim.
Nice.
And that just happens. That just happens when you snap into a Slim Jim. All right. Well, let's let Otis snap into Slim Jims. Otis can wear whatever he wants because he's the man. Let's talk about September 27th, 1980. This is part of again the Warfield run. I think it was 8 shows in Warfield and then a bunch in where in New York?
Radio City Music Hall.
Oh wow, wow, that's a big one.
That is a big one.
And so what they do, they just played a ton of shows in fall of 80, and then they just picked and chose the best ones to create Reckoning and Dead Set.
Yep, that's pretty much how it went. They did
cool.
these shows with the intention that they were going to make an album out of them. They jokingly were saying that this was the 15-year anniversary run of the Grateful
Oh,
Dead.
that's right.
Because
That's
as
right.
Jerry
And they
said,
did
everyone
some
cares
press for that.
deeply about the 15th anniversary.
The big 1-5.
Yeah. So they mixed it up a little bit in terms of the show structure. Instead of just playing 2 electric sets, as the Grateful Dead most often do, they throw in a fun little acoustic set at the top of the show.
Which is a throwback to what they were doing, in the early 70s,
Yes.
when they would have acoustic sets as well.
Yes.
Some great songs in the acoustic set. I'm just going to rip into it. We start with Direwolf, Races On, Jack-a-Roe, one of my favorites, Monkey and the Engineer.
Yeah.
We have Roses. It's got to be Must Have Been a Roses, right?
Yes.
They have so many Roses songs. I always forget. Dark Hollow, Birdsong, To Lay Me Down, On the Road Again. Not the Willie Nelson song, but On the Road Again. And then Babe It Ain't No Lie, Into Ripple. Knob, welcome back.
Yes.
You get
Thank
to
you.
discuss your comments on the acoustic set.
Sure. I'm going to start a little bit general with this set and then take it a little
Sure.
bit song by song. I really enjoy the playing in this acoustic set. Every song is really tight. There aren't a lot of songs that I can uniquely gripe about. My only real thing is that it's structured very oddly. They kind of pick all of the up-tempo acoustic numbers for the beginning of the set. You get Direwolf, Races On, Jack-a-Roe, Monkey and the Engineer, all back to back to back to back. And then the end of the set is kind of filled with ballads. You get your Roses, you get your To Lay Me Down, your Ain't No Lie. It starts to feel
Ripple.
Yeah, even Ripple. And like at this point, Ripple is relatively a bop at this point in the set. And so
It's like a sing-along the way they play it.
I agree. The ordering of this set feels a little weird to me compared to some of the other Reckoning acoustic sets. It's not as... I really don't have too many gripes with the songs themselves or how they are played. This, just as a full listening experience, isn't my favorite of the Reckoning sets. Anyway, into it a little more specifically. Direwolf, I think, is kind of a perfect opener to set the tone of what these acoustic sets are going to be. Like, it's played very well, but the vibe is incredibly casual. Like, listening to this tape, it almost feels like you were at some house party that the band was at, and they're just noodling in the living room, and Jerry's like, hey man, come in, we're jamming, come hang. And that's
the early 70s vibe, right?
Absolutely.
And I think we get that vibe too, because what I know of these sets, especially in San Francisco, was I don't think there was much intermingling of I don't know if intermingling is the word, but I think it was the same audience. Like, I really do think that it was kind of like they were playing for friends throughout the whole show. Like, it just seems like a big family vibe. But go ahead,
Absolutely. And then we get into the Races On, which is really good. It was the first time they had played it in about 6 years. Bobby makes a comment that they had rehearsed that song, quote, once 10 years ago. But
and how wrong was he?
Yeah.
Because the last time they played it was in October 74, obviously.
It's true. Well, I can believe that they played it in 74, but hadn't rehearsed it since 1970. I can believe that.
Wow. Who's the lawyer here? That was good. That was good.
Thank you.
I object.
Yeah, it's a tight Races On. It's especially worth listening for the little counterpoint that Jerry adds to one of Bobby's verses. A lot of times in these Bobby, like, I'll call it a cowboy song, Jerry likes to throw in little noodling counter melodies over Bob's singing. Take El Paso as probably the biggest example of this. Races On has a really tight counter melody. Honestly, if not for a very noticeable mic squeal partway through, you probably could have put this one on Reckoning, I would say.
Nice.
And then for some reason it ends with Phil yelling, "You're all cops! You're all cops!" I don't know why. I listened to all of the banter. I don't know why.
It's some good banter.
It is a good. It's a very again. The vibes are super loose here. You get the Grateful Dead feeling very free to joke
Mhm.
around and chat with the audience in a way that they did at this point in the game, but not as frequently. Um, then we get into a really fun Jack-a-Roe. The rhythm section adds a lot of danciness to the arrangement. And there's, and I'm going to use my word here, an excellent use of dynamics in telling the story on this one. It really does feel like the entire band is working together to support the text of the Jack-a-Roe story.
Mhm.
Then we get a nice Monkey and the Engineer. It's just a fun rendition. I'm with you. I love this song. I really don't
Yeah.
have more intelligent thoughts than it was fun and I
I don't
liked
think
it.
you need it. It's like a kid's song. It's like their Yellow
No,
Submarine.
it literally is. And
It's
then we
great
get a
that they
very
can do that.
lovely, yeah, oh yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know if you've ever heard. This is going vaguely off topic, but there's a show in 1989 where Bob Dylan sits in because he wanted to join the Grateful Dead, and they were like, no. But they tried like a little set of him playing, not singing, just playing a bunch of Grateful Dead tunes. And for some reason, one of those tunes is a fully electric rendition of Monkey and the Engineer. And to this day, I am delightfully baffled by that song choice.
I kind of
Anyway,
get it. I get it.
yeah, why not? Back on topic. A very lovely Must Have Been the Roses. I think the sparseness that the whole band brings to it really lets it soar. It's a very tight harmonies. A boppy Dark Hollow. That's all I got there. Um, I really like the tempo that they bring to these acoustic bird songs. Generally, I wouldn't say Birdsong is a song that needs to be faster, but I do appreciate this acoustic vibe, being able to play the song faster, yet still giving it room to breathe and explore. The jam is obviously centered around a Jerry solo, but honestly, the texture of the instruments really does make it feel like a much more collective jam. I love how quiet it gets. Everybody's vocals sound great. Jerry and the harmonies are really good. Under 7 minutes for a bird song is kind of crazy, but I would consider this one of my highlights of the acoustic set.
Mhm.
Um, To Lay Me Down is a grower, this specific version. The first few minutes kind of feels like, okay, I've heard these 1980 To Lay Me Downs. I know how this is going. But it really starts sizzling around 4 minutes in, and then there are some gorgeous, gorgeous harmonies followed by a really touching Jerry solo.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. On the Road Again is the song that first made me think about this thought about how they're playing all the bops in the first half and the slow ones in the second half. Because On the Road Again is one of the up tempos, but calling On the Road Again an up tempo feels wrong, but relatively. And then we get to the Ain't No Lie, which Jerry sounds great, both on how he's singing and how he's playing. Really, really cool stuff. And then we get into a really unique ripple. Jerry has a lot of fun playing around the main ripple melody. Initially, he's not
Mhm.
playing that bum, 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 bum. Like he plays around and does a lot of
Yeah. It's
yeah.
definitely not the ripple they chose for Reckoning.
No, that is not Otis.
Yeah. Otis,
But
yeah, you're right. Wow.
yeah, but it's a really good rendition of Ripple. It's a really unique intro to Ripple, and I highly recommend checking it out. Anyway,
Awesome.
those are my collective thoughts on set one. A lot of really good songs in an odd order for a general flow of a show, but there's some really spectacular playing all around. What did you think, Fig?
Yeah, thanks a lot. Well said. And I will just push back a little bit in the sense that you can kind of tell that this is one for the can. It's not one for the audience so much. Like they're
Sure.
just trying to get these songs down, trying to play them. The audience was really, really enjoying it. I mean, I could tell. Like it didn't, you know, again, it did have that family feel. It sounded like everyone was rooting for everybody. Um, awesome stuff. I don't know why these shows don't get more love. Like people really sleep on the Warfield and Radio City run in '80. Like the
Yeah.
band was just incredible. The band was
Yeah,
incredible.
it's one of those that I think the runs in general get love, but it is kind of hard to pick out individual shows within this
Right.
run because the
Right.
general quality is relatively the same. It's not,
Yeah. Well,
Not exactly
Yeah,
the same. You're not listening to the same show every time, but it's not as diverse in terms of which shows are the best shows and which shows are the worst shows.
yeah, that's true.
Anyway,
And this set list is not that different from the Reckoning set list
no.
for song choice. So yeah, you're right. They're
No.
probably the same songs. But this was a good one. I'm really glad we listened to it because it was an incredible show. Starts off with Dire Wolf, and I just wrote that this was awesome. I loved King Brent's high harmonies on this one.
Yeah.
Race is on. This is such a fun song. I loved Jerry's finger picking in this. There was a little bit of a rough ending where I don't know who just wrapped it up. It was probably Jerry just wrapped it up, and Bobby says, "Yeah, we rehearsed that one 10 years ago, once 10 years ago." Pretty cool. Jack-a-Roe. At some point, the music gets really big. I don't know if this was just something to do with the. So what I can say is that the acoustic set was a soundboard. Everything else was an audience recording. I don't know if the people on the soundboard just like kind of turned it up, but I don't think that's what happened because the crowd starts going crazy at the end of Jack-a-Roe, which is kind of cool to hear.
Yeah.
We get into Monkey and the Engineer. This was a nice boppy sing-along version, one for the kids, little Yellow Submarine. Nothing wrong with that. Type song, and we go into Roses. Lots of bass guitar on this one. Again, some great harmonies from the King Brent. We get into Dark Hollow. Again, I was really liking the harmonies here as well played. This was fast, so they kind of get into a fast section. Birdsong I thought was fast. It had a good clip. Not so fast that it's a bad version, however. It was actually pretty emotional and heartfelt. Usually Jerry can get that emotion out of you in the slower ballady type songs, and he actually does go there in the electric portion, but he was able to kind of squeeze that out of a pretty fast Birdsong as well. And again, like, you know, Birdsong typically is an electric song, and you know, there's a lot of electric playing that goes into Birdsong, but they were still able to get what they needed to get out of Birdsong acoustically, and I think that says something about their musicianship. Like these are the real deal. Like these guys are incredible at what they did, and there's a reason that we're talking about them 50 years later. So the Birdsong riff, is an iconic riff, and I kind of like the riff sped up. Kind of fun to play.
Yeah.
Speaking of fun to play, I'm just gonna fast forward to On the Road Again. I started playing, I just noodled around, and then I went onto a tab site to find what that riff was. The really fun to play on guitar.
Nice.
Pretty easy to pick up, and just a lot of fun. I love playing that. But to go back to Lay Me Down, I thought this was the best of the acoustic bunch. This was absolutely gorgeous, very well sung by Jerry. Really an awesome rendition of Lay Me Down. Road Again, I love that riff. Babe It Ain't No Lie. It was just kind of cool to hear Bobby and Jerry playing with each other on that one. And Ripple, again, you could tell Jerry was having fun. Very delicate Jerry Garcia vocals. I thought Jerry's vocals were awesome on this. And then there was at least two-part harmony at the very last part of the verse. And I guess that must have been Bob and King Brent. And that was just really gorgeous to hear. So a really awesome acoustic set. And we dip into the electric with Half Step into Franklin's Tower, Mama Tried into Mexicali. So we got our cowboy songs out of the way. Road Jimmy, Rooster, Althea into Let It Grow, into Deal. I'm just going to step in here. Half Step was okay. Frank's what I thought was okay. The cowboy songs, I like Mama Tried a lot. I thought it was pretty awesome. Very powerful, including powerful vocals on that one. Mexicali was Mexicali. Row, we have Jerry taking center stage again with some very delicate solos. And Phil's tone was very crunchy. So again, we're in the audience, so I don't know if it's just because of maybe the taper was in front of Phil, but Phil was really prominent in this audience recording. I don't know if it's the same source you listen to, Knob, but that's how I felt about it, which is not bad. It was just a lot of Phil.
I think we listened to different sources because that was my one nitpick, is that I couldn't hear much Phil in what I was listening to.
Okay, cool. So Little Red Rooster, this one would make my pantheon of roosters. What I mean by pantheon of roosters is, for the audience, is a long time ago, Knob came up with that phrase, and it's a brilliant phrase where, not every Little Red Rooster's one is going to be a good one, but there are some that you're going to hold in high esteem. And this one would make my pantheon of roosters. Curious to know what Knob thinks. We had a great build to the solos and a great crowd reaction. I didn't really hear that Bobby was doing a solo, but maybe that's.
I was just gonna say, I don't know if I missed it, but you saying this makes me think that I'm pretty sure this rooster only has Jerry and Brent solos.
Yeah, I mean, if there was a Bobby solo, it was an excellent Bobby solo. I'm gonna do that.
Yes.
But and regardless, Bobby loved the solos as well, right? So this is King Brent and Jerry just kind of doing a build. And because when Bobby crashes back in, his vocal delivery is all ratcheted up and just he really takes it to the next level with his bluesman impression, and it was awesome, and the crowd was reacting. It was so cool. Althea was decent, had a good build at the end there. We go into Let It Grow. This was good dynamically, sound Let It Grow. Pretty well played. And Deal's always a great way to end a set, but this one really rocked. I mean, this one really rocked. It sounded like The Who out there, really. Jerry's distorting his guitar. Phil, I mean, at least on my source, was just like, had this fat, growly bass tone, and it sounded awesome, and that was set one for me. How about you, Nub?
Sure. As is the format of the show, I agree with a lot of your points and disagree with a few.
Gasp.
I know, that's why we do this.
That was me gasping.
Yes, no, and I really believed it. As a director, I would have given you absolutely no notes on that.
Stage direction said gasp. Yes. Audible gasping.
Yeah, I'll say I actually really enjoyed the Mississippi half step into Franklin's. Okay. This was one of my favorite bits of this set. It was really bouncy in Mississippi. Jerry brought some really great vocal energy. To me, the crowd roar during the transition between like the Mississippi half step part and across the Rio Grande part, that tells you everything you need to know. It's an awesome Rio Grande section. There's triumphant energy in the build up, which is really cool to hear. And then they kind of keep it going. They let the song cool down a little bit before the transition into Franklin's. And then Franklin's is very much a fun bop. It's like a firecracker waiting to be lit. Like the first few minutes are fun. It's good, but you can kind of tell that they're sitting, they're waiting. They're being patient with this, and once Jerry starts taking the energy up, it is pretty consistent fireworks for the rest of it. I also really like what Bobby adds to this Franklin's Tower. It's really good. Then we get into a jaunty little Mama Tried. Some really nice Bobby vocals. And I'll say a really tight transition into Mexicali, but I'm starting to think that I haven't heard a bad transition between Mama Tried and Mexicali. I keep saying like, oh, that was a really tight transition. I think they just do the transition well. And then I'm not a huge Mexicali person. It's not my favorite song by any stretch.
A little cringy.
Yeah, it's got the lyric I would change the most out of any lyrics in the Grateful Dead canon. As well as just like, I don't know, it's like a fine polka vibe. But I will say that this is a rip-roaring Mexicali. It's a great Jerry solo. It's a really fun version. Yeah, to me, Road Jimmy is worth checking out for the really nice slide solo from Jerry. I wasn't huge on it up until then. It wasn't doing anything wrong. It just wasn't really wowing me. But once Jerry starts taking his slide solo, it's awesome, and then the bridge into the last chorus is very pretty. So I would recommend the second half of this Road Jimmy. And then as Little Red Rooster started, my first thought was, we just heard a really good slide solo on Road Jimmy. Time to come back down to earth. But then we don't get a Bobby solo. Instead, you just get a great Jerry solo. And what really makes this Rooster work is the interplay between the whole band. They keep the energy under Jerry's solo really lively while pushing him in other directions. But to me, the star of this Little Red Rooster is King Brent. He doesn't get a ton of moments to shine in this show. He adds a lot of really great support, but, there's not a lot of Brent solos in the show. There's no Brent solo song. You don't get as many moments for him to shine. He gives it all to this Little Red Rooster solo, and like you said, it then gives Bobby the energy to give 110% on the last bit of vocals.
There may have been something else giving Bobby the energy tonight.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, yes, that is true.
There's no reason to speculate. It was the 1980s.
Yeah, no.
And they were the Grateful Dead.
And then yeah, Althea's fun. I also found it to be a bit of a grower, but as
Mm.
I'm thinking about it, I think that's kind of what this song is. In
Yeah,
general,
yeah.
musically,
It
Althea's
kind of just
all
swirls
about
and swirls around.
yeah, it like builds up its energy and then it suddenly takes that energy away just to build it up again and then take it away. And I this might get too heady to make sense to anyone but me, but I think
Edgelord Althea.
yeah, I think it's supposed to mimic our narrator's like emotional state. Althea is very much a song about a guy going through a hard time, and this to me
Yeah.
feels that like the whatever you want to call it, the bad thoughts, the darkness, whatever it is, it like builds and builds and builds, and then it goes back down. And then it starts building and
Hmm.
building again, and then it comes back down to earth. And it builds and builds and builds, etc., etc. And I think it's a fun structure for a song.
Cool.
Um, the last Jerry solo section on this Althea is a lot of fun and really worth
Yeah.
checking out. Which then takes us into Let It Grow, which is very much a powder keg about to explode until it explodes. Really good energy. It's a great. Let It Grow is always a great showcase for the power of the Rhythm Devils, and this is no exception. Some great Brent keyboard contributions, a really enjoyable high energy jam. I like that they have a really tight transition back into the Let It Grow riff, and then they decide, fuck it, we're gonna keep jamming for 2 more minutes. You don't get a lot of jams in this show. Not none, just with the acoustic set of it all and them still trying to play as many songs in their electric sets as normal, you do sacrifice a few jams. A lot of these songs I would describe as short but sweet. But this Let It Grow is an excellent example of the jamming they're able to do tonight. And then, yeah, this deal is awesome. It's just a delight. It's a fun shuffle groove, some hot solos from Jerry. It just every like minute of it, my thoughts became more and more positive. I would absolutely put this in my book of deals. It's ferocious. It's fun.
Like a
It's
coupon
able
book
to
or something.
turn energy on a dime. What'd you say? Sorry.
Oh yeah, it's like a coupon book, a book of deals.
Yes, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's what you were
My
thinking.
notes literally end with the phrase "I love you 92780 deal." So I guess that goes to show how
Don't you
much I liked
marry it?
that one. I look, if it were possible for a person to marry a 43-year-old performance of a Grateful Dead song, I would marry 92780 deal. What the hell am I saying? Let's
now
go to the
pronounce
next
you.
set.
Yeah. All right, I will jump in here because that's
Thank
getting
you.
ridiculous. And I will say I don't have much, so I'm just gonna talk about. I'll introduce the set, talk about what I have to say, and then I'll kick it back over to you.
I
Cold
can
Rain
tell you which
Snow
of these
opens up.
songs I would tongue kiss.
Enough. We get into CC Ryder. I hope it's not CC Ryder. CC's got something going on. Ramble on Rose. He's gone. Which transitions into the other one that we get at Drums in Space. Stella Blue. I Need a Miracle. Going Down the Road Feeling Bad. Johnny Be Good. And we encore with One More Saturday Night. So I just have a little bit here because this is a lot of music. This is a lot of music.
Long show.
It was a very long show. Brought to you by the letter C, I'm sure. Cold Rain Snow was just an awesome bar band version of it. I couldn't put my finger on who they were channeling, and then I realized it was the Stones. If you want to hear the Grateful Dead do the Stones, listen to Cold Rain Snow from 92780. Very cool version. And we get into CC, which is not one of my favorite songs, and it was just okay to start with until you get to the solos. King Brent gives it kind of a baseball organ solo that's exciting and, kind of went places that I was not expecting. And then, not to be outdone, Jerry pops in with a really fun solo. And similar to Little Red Rooster, Bobby then comes in with the final verse and really gives it his all.
Yeah.
Ramble and Rose, not much to talk about. It was just good. He's Gone was 10 minutes long, which was surprising. The R&B or the soul section, the nothing's gonna bring him.
Yeah.
That part was really good. It was excellent. And we have a great transition into the other one, which was a little bit truncated, to your point, Knob, which brings us to Drums in Space, which to channel our friend the game I did not listen to, nor did I listen to the rest of the set, but I bet it was excellent. I'm going to kick it over to you to fill in the gaps.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I did listen to this whole thing. Not to
Teacher's
brag.
pet. Teacher's pet. Start your own podcast then.
Oh, it would never come out. I would just say, "Oh, I'm going to record an episode this week," and then I would be saying that for weeks and weeks, and people would go, "Knob, where's this podcast that you promised me? Were you going to talk about
weekly podcast?"
Yeah. Oh, it would be once every couple of months if I remembered to do it. And it would be 4 hours long, and I would like only get through one set. Anyway.
Be you figure out which song to tongue kiss.
Yeah, exactly. I think that would be the premise of my show. Every night.
It wouldn't be Rate the Scarlet Fire. It would be
which song would I tongue kiss?
Which song do I get to second base with?
Yeah, tonight it's Deal. Tonight it's definitely Deal. Anyway.
Enough.
Cold Rain and Snow is a fun way to start the set. Like a lot of songs tonight, and especially in this second set, it's very much a short and sweet rendition. Everything about it just really works. When CC Rider started, I was like, interesting to throw that and Little Red Rooster into the same show, because while they are different songs, they're not massively different songs, especially the way the Grateful Dead do them. So I was like, all right. But it is a really fun CC Rider. It's a really hot and exploratory solo from Jerry and a really nice Brent solo. I can't tell. I've gone back and forth on this. I think I like this CC Rider more than I like this Little Red Rooster. This is a take that I might change my mind on tomorrow and go, we got to re-edit this thing. But I think
that's not saying that much. Like, they're very similar songs.
Absolutely. It's of the two 12-bar blueses that they did tonight.
Right.
I think CC Rider was the better of the two. Gotcha. But that's not to discount the Little Red Rooster, which, as we've already raved about, is quite good. I also don't have much on Ramble on Rose. Jerry sounds really good. It's very driving. It's a good rendition of a good song. And then people go nuts when He's Gone starts. That's one of my favorite bits about listening to this audience tape. It's a very sparse He's Gone, which provides a nice contrast to everything that's happened up until now. It's a very lovely He's Gone. Strong harmonies, a tight little solo section, a very sensitive vocal jam towards the end, the soul section you were saying. This He's Gone pretty much does everything right. I've really got nothing against it. It all works for me. I love how it opens the gate for the short but nevertheless free and fluid jams of the other one, which is a fast and fun rendition of the song. And then a very sudden shift into space before we go into the proper drum space. It just suddenly gets very weird, and that's really cool to hear. And then it's a good drums. I would describe it as like wet cave energy. And then
I think you've used that one before.
I definitely have. I would agree that it was true then, and it was true of this one. It very much felt like you were like walking through like a cave on like a guided tour.
Oh yeah.
And you were just occasionally hearing
like a Mario level.
Yeah, hearing those like ambient drops of water hitting the ground, and Anyway,
we'll have to ask Game what he thought next week.
Absolutely. I think he'll have a lot to say about a drum space from an episode that he was not on.
And did not listen to.
No way. Space sounds like, it almost sounds like wine glasses being played until about halfway through where the drums are reintroduced. And then it kind of starts having this driving build. I thought they were moving towards a fast one. And then it slows down again as they decide that the road is leading them to Stella. A lovely, sensitive Stella. It's an interesting subversion of Stella Blue. Normally with this song, it's not all about, but a lot of the fun of this song is the very sudden energy shift in the bridge. When we hit the I've stayed in every blue light cheap hotel, Jerry usually like brings it all, and the band usually gets a little bit louder. This is not that. The bridge of Stella stays about as small and sparse as the verses, which then keeps the whole thing relatively subdued, which allows the build at the end of the song to shine even more. a really cool ending to this Stella Blue that is helped because of the groundwork laid up until now. And then after that, they just want to play fun ones for the rest of the night. It's a short and sweet miracle. It's under
Yep.
3 minutes. Everything is done right. Then a very kind of piss and vinegar going down the road feeling bad. A really high energy Johnny Be Good. And then a tight One More Saturday Night. Like it's hard to have much to say about these last few songs because they are just
It's just a
rippers
jukebox.
played well. But I cannot
Yeah.
stress enough that these rippers are played well.
Yeah.
So that
Awesome.
concludes my thoughts on set 3.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so we don't have a Scarlet Fire to rate. We don't even have a China Rider to rate. So we're going to skip that. Would this make your Book of the Dead knob?
I don't think so. There's a bunch of songs on here that do make my book of those individual songs, but to me the whole is not as great as the sum of its parts.
Okay. We'll skip game. And for myself, I am Dead Set really helped me get on the bus. Reckoning I credit with, a lot in my life. So I think whenever there's going to be a Warfield show, I'm going to give it a yes.
Sure.
This one was an awesome show. I really do wish there was a soundboard or even a matrix of the whole show. But this was good. This is excellent Grateful Dead music, so I'm going to give it a yes. Okay, which set are we featuring? We can't feature the whole thing because we disagreed on that. So go ahead, Knob. What would be your set to feature?
Oh, I feel like we're going to get into this because I think it's set 2, but I know you think it's set 1.
Wait, now you mean the acoustic? Wait.
The first electric set, Mississippi Half Step
electric.
Through Deal. And not
First
just because
electric.
I would kiss that deal with tongue.
You swap spit with the deal.
Yeah. This clip is going to come back to haunt me in years.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go with the acoustic and the electric first set. Just because Game is away on assignment, and I'm going to be the one splicing all this together, and that seems to be easy enough without doing the whole show, which I think would not be appropriate since we didn't agree on that. Okay, so who is your MVP then, Nob?
Oh, Jerry. This is absolutely a Jerry show.
Okay, I would agree with that.
Yeah, not just because of what he adds to the acoustic set, though that is a big part of it. Just in general, this is a great Jerry night.
Yes. His vocals is amazing throughout, and just what he can do in acoustic, what he can do in electric, it just proves his awesomeness and his superior musicianship. We did not get any Reddit comments, which is strange. I would have expected people to comment on this one, so we will just skip to the next show. And once again, if you want to see what we mean by next show, you can check us out on the Grateful Dead subreddit, www.reddit.com/r/Grateful Dead. We're right there at the top, and we're always talking about the weekly thread. And if you leave us a comment, and if we like that comment, and it's not a nonsense comment, we will probably talk about your comment. But there were no comments for the last one. The next show that we will feature, and everything is random here. I don't think we would feature this if it weren't random. This is from March of '93. This is March 9th, '93 from the Rosemont, Illinois. And Here Comes Sunshine opener. I'm sorry? Yeah.
Yeah, it's 3993, which is that's something positive I can say about the show before we listen to it.
We will get to rate a China Rider because there is a China Rider.
True.
Victim Ship, which is kind of interesting. So a late
we get to
era.
Hear my favorite Grateful Dead song, Eternity.
Eternity and then Liberty and set 1. Oh, Broken Arrows.
I like Liberty, but reading.
It's okay.
Reading the phrase Mexicali, Broken Arrow, Road Jimmy, Eternity. Oh boy.
Yeah.
But we could be wrong.
That Road Jimmy
about shows.
That Road Jimmy could be doing a lot there, but we'll see.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about the Grateful Dead. You never know. They always surprise you. Yeah. They're a band beyond description.
I find often the 90s shows that I complain about most when they show up in the next show part of the show turn out to be favorites of mine. So I'm hoping if I keep bad mouthing this one, I will turn out to be incredibly wrong because I would love to eat crow here.
All right. Well, it's better than tongue kissing CC. Okay, let's finish up. So, if you like what we're doing, everybody, please, we ask you to smash the subscribe button, like and share with all of your friends, all of your enemies. Who cares? Just share us. Let us know what you're thinking. You can find us wherever podcasts are downloaded, but not the ones that loosely rhyme with "Imagine there's a killer joke here, but not Forgotify." We're pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you can find us directly on our website, which is Help on the Way pod.podbean.com. I'll say it again because something made me laugh. Help on the Way pod.podbean.com, like a bean, like a little bean that you plant. You can email us at helponthewaypod@gmail.com. And again, we are sticking up there on the Grateful Dead subreddit. Knob, if you actually click on the link, Knob and I always joke about how the Grateful Dead subreddit is essentially just like a place for people to show off their Grateful Dead tattoos. And if you click on the link, I don't know if you're seeing this too now, but
I
it's
do
literally
see.
it's just a thumbnail of some dude's like random Grateful Dead tattoo. I don't even know what
I mean,
that's.
at that point, you could make that the subreddit logo.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's happening on the subreddit right now. We also have a YouTube portion of the show.
Yeah.
It's youtube.com/little @ help on the way pod, and you can catch this on the YouTubes. And then we will plug. I don't know if this is happening because Game is on assignment, but Game has a GD channel on kick.com/the GD channel. Knob, any parting words before we wrap up?
Yeah, in the words of the immortal Phil Lesh, you're all cops! You're all cops!
And with that, thank you for listening to this latest episode of the Help on the Way podcast.
Was a bottle of red whiskey. Said my prayers and went to bed. That's the last they saw of me. Don't murder me. I beg of you, don't murder me. Please don't murder me. When I woke, the dire wolf, 600 pounds of sin, standing at my window. All I said was, come on in, don't murder me. I beg of you, don't murder me. Please don't murder me. The wolf came in, I got my cards. We sat down for a game. I cut my deck to the queen of spades, but the cards were all the same. Don't murder me. I beg of you, don't murder me. Please don't murder me. in the back walls of the stereo, the black and bloody mind. The dire wolf, the Lexus do, while the boys sing round the fire. Don't murder me. I think you don't murder me. Please don't murder me. Don't murder me. I beg you, don't murder me. Please don't murder me. Please don't murder me. I know it, but Brent don't know it. Brent knows it. Does he? Yeah. You know this one. Yeah, you do. You played it. You played it before. You have played it before. Hey, Will. Stop being mean to the new guy. Cute, yeah. This is gonna be just like San Diego. This is San Diego to the bone. I feel tears welling up and down deep inside, like my heart's got a big break. And it's devil loneliness, sharp and painful, that I may never shake. You might think that I'm taking it hard since you broke me off with a call. You might wiggle that I'll hide the sorrow, but I might lay right down and fall. Now the race is on and here comes right up the back stretch. Heartaches going to the inside, my tears are holding back, trying not to fall. My heart's out of the running, too love's track for another thing. The race is on and it looks like heartaches, the winner loses it all. Never once suspected what the final result would be. Living bill, waking up each morning and finding that you're gone from me. Was making me pain in my heart more than name of the one that I hated to face. Somebody else came out to win her, and I came out in second place. Now the race is on and here comes right up the backstretch. Heartaches going to the inside, my tears are holding back, trying not to fall. My heart's out of the running, too much straight for another say. The race is on and it looks like heartaches, and the winner loses all. The race is on and here comes pride up the backstretch. Heartaches is going to the inside, my tears are holding back, trying not to fall. My heart's out of the running, too love's track for another sake. The race is on and it looks like heartaches, and the winner loses all. And the race is on and it looks like heartaches, and the winner loses all. We rehearsed that one once 10 years ago. Yes, quit barking orders. Cops. The audience is full of cops. You're all cops! You're all cops! We're inviting all these couples. You're drinking, you bought it, Dufo. locomotive both far and near, accompanied by a monkey who would sit on the stool, watching everything the engineer would move. One day the engineer wanted a bite to eat. He left the monkey sitting on the driver's seat. Monkey pulled the throttle, locomotive jumping, thunder did 90 miles an hour down the main line run. Big locomotive right on time. Big locomotive coming down the line. Big locomotive number 99. Left the engineer with a worried mind. Call up the dispatcher on the phone, tell him all about his locomotive was gone. To get on the wire, switch operator to right, cause the monkey's got the main line sewed up tight. Switch operator got the message in town, said there's a northbound limit on the same main line. Open up the switch, I'm gonna let him through the hole, cause the monkey's got the locomotive under control. Big locomotive right on time. Big locomotive coming down the line. Big locomotive number 99. Left the engineer with a worried mind. Let me lay me I'd rather be in some dark home where the sun don't ever shine than to be home alone, knowing that you're gone would cause me to lose my mind. So blow your whistle, freight train, take me far on down the track. I'm going away, I'm leaving today. Well, I'm going, but I ain't coming back. I'd rather be in some dark home where the sun don't ever shine than to be in some big city in a small room with a girl on my mind. So blow your whistle, freight train, take me far on down the track. I'm going away, I'm leaving today. Well, I'm going, but I ain't coming back. Well, I'd rather be in some dark hole where the sun don't ever shine than to be home alone, knowing that you're gone would cause me to lose my mind. So blow your whistle, freight train, take me far on down the track. I'm going away, I'm leaving today. Well, I'm going, but I ain't coming back. Well, I'm going away, I'm leaving today. Well, I'm going, but I ain't coming back. Thank you. Mighty nice of you.
She's not sleeping, she's dead.
Great to see you, baby. Lay me down once more, to lay me down. With my head in sparkling clover, let the world go by. Like clouds astray, to lay me down If our body close together, let the world go by. All lost in dreams. To lay me down one last time. To lay me down. Oh, to lay me down. To lay me down one last time. To lay me down. Be with you once more. Be with you. If our dreams entwine together, to wait beside you. My love still sleeping. To tell sweet lies one last time and say goodbye. To lay me down. Whoa, to lay me down. To lay
Would not man that girl tell you the reason why? That girl will even do things on the slide. Look for your supper to be good and hot. She never even put a scoop on in the pot. She's on the road again. Just show us your bone. Natural born evening on the road again. She's on the road again. Show us your bone. I don't know, he's on the way to the pen. Come on, pretty mama, get on the road again. Get on the road again. Show us your bone, natural bone. He's been on the road again. She's on the road again. Show us your bone. Was locked. Went down to my window and my window was locked. Jumped right back and I shook my head. Big old rounder in my folding bed. Shot through the window, broke the glass. Never seen that little rounder run so fast. He's on the road again. Show us your bone, natural born. He's been on the road again. He's on the road again. Show us your bone. Bone, he's been on the road again. He's on the road again. Show us your bone. Natural bone easement. Otis who?
You heard him, let him in.
people telling lies on me. I wish to my soul that old woman would die, keep her telling lies on me. Oh, baby, it ain't no lie. Oh, baby, it ain't no lie. Baby, it ain't no lie. You know this life I'm living is mine. I've been all around this whole round world, and I just got back today. Work all the week, honey, and I give it all to you. Honey, baby, what more can I do? Oh, baby, ain't no lie. Oh, baby, ain't no lie. Oh, baby, ain't no lie. You know this life I have is mine. Well, I've been all around this world, round the world. Lord, I just got back today. I work all the week, honey, I give it all to you. Honey, baby, what more can I do? Oh, baby, ain't no lie. Oh, baby, ain't no lie. Oh, baby, ain't no lie. hold it as it were your own. It's a hand-me-down. The thoughts are broken. Perhaps they're better left unsung. I don't know. Don't really care. Let there be songs to fill the air. Ripple still warm, but there is no pebble toss, nor wind to blow. Hold out your hand. If your cup be empty, if your cup is full, may it be again, let it be known. There is a fountain that was not made by the hands of men. There is a road, no simple highway between the dawn and the dark of night. And if you go, no one may follow. That path is bold, your steps alone. Ripple and still warm. There is no devil talk, no wind to blow. You choose to lead, must follow. But if you fall alone. If you should stand, then who's to guide you? If I knew the way, I would take you home. Da-da-da-da.
Thanks.
this day that could not be denied. They say the train caught Abel rolling loaded died. Ace of spades behind us, yeah, and him not thinking twice. Half-step Mississippi uptown to blue. Hello, baby, I'm gone, goodbye. Have a cup of rock and rye. Farewell to you, old southern skies. I'm on my way, on my way. What you left behind. Get yourself a powder charge and seal that silver mine. Lost my boots in transit, babe, a pile of smoking leather. I need to retread to my feet, prayed for better weather. Mississippi uptown to blue. Hello, baby, I'm gone, goodbye. Have a cup of rock and rye. Farewell to you, old southern skies. I'm on my way, on my way. First man takes the sails, second takes the after deck, the third the planks and rails. What's the point of calling shots? This queue ain't straight in line. Cue balls meet up by the foam and no one's got the time. Half step Mississippi uptown to the blue. Hello, baby, I'm gone, goodbye. Have a cup of rock and rye. Farewell to you, old southern skies. I'm on my way, on my way, on my way. River. Across the Rio Grande, across the lazy river, across the Rio Grande, across the lazy river. Wildflower seed in the sandstone. May the four winds roll you safely home. Roll away the dew. Roll away the dew. Roll away the dew. I want you to roll away the dew. twinkling star in their hazy bed. It can ring tonight to day. Ring like fire, you lose your way. Roll away the dew. Roll away the dew. Roll away the dew. Roll away the dew. Good ring, baby, you can't tell. March by night, march by day. You get confused, listen to the music play.
First thing I remember knowing was a lonesome whistle blowing and a youngin's dream of growing up to ride on a freight train leaving town, not knowing where I was bound. No one could steer me right, but Mama tried. When an only rebel child from a family making mine, Mama seemed to know what lay in store. In spite of all my Sunday learning, good the bad, I kept on turning till Mama couldn't hold me anymore. And I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole. No one could steer me right, but Mama tried to raise me better, but her pleading I denied. At least no one but me to blame, 'cause Mama tried. Dear old daddy, rest his soul, left my mom a heavy load. She tried so very hard to fill his shoes, working hours without rest, wanted me to have the best. She tried to raise me right, but I refused. And I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole. No one could see me right, but Mama tried to raise me better, but her pleading I denied. At least no one but me to blame, 'cause Mama tried. Turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole. No one could steer me right, but Mama tried to raise me better, but her pleading I denied. That leaves no one but me to blame, 'cause Mama tried. That leaves no one but me to blame, 'cause Mama tried. Laid back in an old saloon with a peso in my hand, watching flies and children on the street. And I catch a glimpse of black-eyed girls who giggle when I smile. There's a little boy that wants to shine my feet, and it's 3 days ride from Bakersfield, and I don't know why I came. I guess I came to keep from panties. So instead I got a bottle, and the girl is just 14, in a damn good case of the Mexicali Blues. Hey, is there anything a man don't stand to lose? When the devil wants to take it all away, cherish well your thoughts and keep a tight grip on your booze. Just thinking and drinking out all I have today. Well, she said her name was Billie Jean and she was fresh in town. I didn't know a stage line ran from hell. She had a raven hair, a ruffled dress, a necklace made of gold, all the French perfume you'd care to smell. She took me up into her room, whispered in my ear, "Go, my friend, do anything you choose." Now I penned for those happy hours I spent there in her arms, with a lifetime's worth of the Mexicali Blues. Hey, is there anything a man don't stand to lose? When the devil wants to take it all away, cherish well your thoughts, keep a tight grip on your booze. Just thinking and drinking out all I have today. Yeah. town and some thought he was the law. Billie Jean was waiting when he came. She told me he would take her if I didn't use a gun. I'd have no one but myself to blame. I went down to those dusty streets, blood was on my mind. I guess that stranger hadn't heard the news. 'Cause I shot first and killed him, although he didn't even draw. And I'll spend my lifetime running with the Mexicali Blues. Hey, is there anything a man don't stand to lose? When he lets a woman hold him in her hands, you just might find yourself out there on horseback in the dark, just riding and running across those desert sands.